come support America, support our leader. You need to support and have faith in your leadership.
Tonight at 6, a series of rallies were held across the country today. We're going to D.C. for the latest on the demonstration billed as the mother of all rallies.
Plus, finally, some relief from the heat. How low will those temps go? Ashley standing by with the forecast.
But first, a brush fire on the I-17 is causing a massive traffic backup tonight, and this has been going on for several hours.
Yeah, the backup continues to grow. It's 10 miles long right now. Carissa Planalp is up at Sunset Point to tell us what's happening. Carissa.
It does seem like traffic is moving a little bit smoother right now. You can take a look. You do see some stop and go, and we know this backup is growing for miles and miles. But some folks here at the rest stop told me it took them an hour and a half stuck in this traffic so they can finally get here and park for a while. Daisy Mountain Fire just sent me these photos of the brush fire burning right now near the Bumblebee exit. ADOT had to close one of the southbound lanes of I-17, not because the flames are threatening traffic, but because first responders needed the room for their tanker trucks. The brush fire at last check was up to 40 acres, and crews have been tackling numerous flare-ups, no thanks to the wind. Crews are also unable to dump water from overhead because it is too risky to fly buckets of water over a packed freeway. So drivers are left to wait it out.
Just wait in line like everybody else.
We saw that fire coming up, but it was just like a few puffs of smoke.
Yeah.
And then now, coming back, we don't know what's going on.
Once the fire is under control, state hand crews will be out there digging up the soil to make sure the flames are completely out. Reporting at Sunset Point, Carissa Planalp, 3TV.
All right, Carissa, thank you. Several rallies were held today to protest the removal of Confederate monuments across the country. Counter-demonstrators outnumbered members of the new Confederate States of America at a Heritage, Not Hate rally in Richmond. The group is demanding Virginia state officials keep a statue honoring General Robert E. Lee. While some came out today to defend American history, others say the statue is a painful reminder of the past, and it's time for it to come down.
It's history. But it's awful history to me. That history reminds me and keep reminding everybody of how they wanted to keep us enslaved.
Now, there were also demonstrations in Washington, D.C. today, but this for something entirely different. Fans of the Detroit rap band Insane Clown Posse took over one end of the National Mall to protest the FBI. The FBI labels the group a gang, and Posse members say that's led to police harassment and denial of employment.
Tonight, the Phoenix Fire Department is cleaning up after an apartment complex fire this morning. Well, the cleanup, as you see there, involved a water main break. Fire crews got the fire in the laundry area out quickly, but in the process, they suddenly had a ton of water to deal with.
Sometimes when we go and whenever we have a working fire, we always lay a supply line to the fire. And as we hooked up to this fire hydrant, it ended up breaking on us. And so now we have a broken fire hydrant and the water main had broke underneath. So now we have the water department to come out. They're going to have to dig this out and replace this hydrant.
Well, Phoenix Fire says the good news here is the water did not enter any homes.
If you don't pay your HOA dues, your home could be foreclosed on. It's a scary thought, and it's happening all the time right here in the Valley. We're digging into the details tonight. The number of HOA foreclosures across the Valley is on the rise. Arizona law allows an HOA to foreclose after a year of missed payments or if dues and fines reach $1,200. A Phoenix attorney told us the biggest problem is how quickly the amount of money a homeowner owes can multiply to the point where saving your own house can cost tens of thousands of dollars.
I understand. I mean, these assessments, associations need these assessments to pay the utilities, to keep the pool running, to mow the lawn. I get that. But they don't need the 3, 4, 5 times the amount of the attorney's fees that are oftentimes what really stands between a person keeping their home and losing their home.
HOA management companies insist foreclosure is always a last resort after homeowners refuse to pay what they owe.
People living in the Florida Keys are returning home this weekend to assess the damage caused by Hurricane Irma. Officials say they're worried because homeowners could find their neighborhoods have no fuel, power, or even running water. The biggest concern is people going home and then realizing they don't have a home they can live in, and now they need a shelter. More than 1 million utility customers in the state are still without power.
And Tropical Storm Jose has strengthened back into a hurricane, according to the National Hurricane Center. At one point last weekend, Jose was a Category 4 storm. The storm could bring rain and wind to the northeastern United States next week. Jose remains out in the Atlantic Ocean and is moving toward the northeast, I should say, and that motion will bring it closer to the United States through the weekend. The hurricane season lasts through November.
And after Harvey and Irma, it's hard to believe that you're already tracking not one but multiple hurricanes again.
We had 2 tropical storms develop for us just in the past couple of hours. So yeah, this is going to be another active week for us. We take a look at what we're seeing currently with Hurricane Jose. Right now, you can see it very well defined here on the Doppler, and this is going to continue up towards the north. It's currently got its winds at 80 miles an hour, and as I said, we've got 2 more storms that are behind it. This is Tropical Storm Maria. This one is a concern for us because it'll continue to strengthen and head right over some of the same islands that Irma did earlier last week. Behind it, as you can see, this is Tropical Storm Lee. Now, this one is going to fizzle out relatively quickly, but of course we keep an eye on it because it developed so quickly. Excuse me. All right, right now outside we've got 95 degrees, humidity at 20%, the dew point is at 48, and our winds out of the south at 6 miles an hour. It's not too bad for us this evening. We'll take a look at what you can expect for the rest of the weekend coming up in your full forecast.
Well, Ash, we all felt it, those cooler temps this morning, and it has a lot of us thinking about fall and pumpkin spice lattes and this Halloween. Scarizona in Mesa looking for 100 people to join its seasonal Scream team. They need actors and zombies, and if scaring isn't your thing, they also need some concession workers and bartenders. Scarizona says they still have a lot of positions to fill, so if you're looking for a second job or maybe some supplemental income, you can go to our website, azfamily.com, type in Scarizona in the search bar at the top of the page.
Hey, way to make some extra cash, right? The Phoenix Children's Hospital is showing off its new addition to patient care today. This new ER and trauma center can handle 3 times the amount of patients it used to. And our Jamie Soretta shows us that means better and faster care for our kids.
Today, a day to go to the ER injury-free. This new emergency department and level 1 pediatric trauma center at Phoenix Children's Hospital opens for patient care on Wednesday, but it opened to the public for tours today.
It's opening with 76 rooms, up to 9 trauma bays. It's about 43,000 square feet.
PCH is throwing open the doors to the public, offering face painting and finger casting, along with self-guided tours. The old facility was only 18,000 square feet, set to see about 23,000 kids, but 83,000 kids came through last year, and this extra space and new facility you see today was badly needed. It is made to handle some 100,000 patients a year and will change the level of patient care.
This new space, we're going to be able to see all of those kids much faster with much less wait times. We're going to be able to probably direct bed a lot of our kids straight back to rooms rather than leaving them in the waiting room waiting to be seen.
It will dramatically decrease the time it takes to transfer a patient from the helipad to the trauma bay to less than 2 minutes. Construction started on the new emergency department 2 years ago and comes to fruition from $40 million in community donations. And Jamie Soretta, 3TV.
And foodies assemble. Restaurant Week is here. We will showcase one delicious 3-course meal and tell you how much you can get it for.